Akasa, firstly, a warm welcome to you and a huge congratulations to you on your new song, Shola, which has been taking over the internet. So, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad. No, wait, did you say you enjoyed it? Because I was gonna say I'm so glad you enjoyed it, and I was like,
Yeah.
he didn't say that.
No, but we did. We all have enjoyed it. So don't worry. You can definitely rest assured about that. But I think it's quite a lovely collaboration as well, and it was great to see Rohit Saraf in the video, as well. So
Hmm.
how did it all come together? I mean, what was your idea like for Shola? And what was the process like for you actually executing the idea?
I feel like if I'm being very honest, it's literally been like us just having fun and masti mein gana ban gaya. I'm not even kidding. Charan, who wrote and composed the song with me, he sort of woke up at like 4:45, 5 a.m. and had this hook in his head, and he put it down, he recorded it, and he sort of came to our session. We had a session the next day, and he's like, look, I have this, would you be interested in working on it? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then we sat with the producer, and we were literally just having fun, because so every vocal that you hear on the song, whether it's the ladies sangeet happening in the beginning, not lady sangeet, I keep forgetting the word for that, where everyone's shola shola, where we're doing that.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, and then even like the ta 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 na na na, so you can only imagine we were literally just having fun, and then masti mein gana ban gaya. And the label really liked it, so we were like, oh, so I guess we released this song then. And even the video, like, Rohit came on board. He's been a friend of mine, and we've been talking about collaborating for a while. And he very recently was like, I want to do dance, and I was like, okay. So when the song came, I was like, yo, there's this song. And he immediately came on board, and even the video process was a lot of fun, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think a question that I would like to pose as well, because obviously you had like Nayo. I think last time that we spoke was actually for Nayo. We had Raftar with us
Yeah.
as well
Yes.
at the time. So how important is it to have prominent people like Charan and Rohit Saraf come on board for your own sort of baby, for your own independent work? How important is it to have that support?
If I'm being very honest, it depends. Earlier, I used to think that, oh, it's because I have not reached there yet. Maybe we do need it, and we need a feature, a collaboration. But I think it's a very subjective thing. It's just that if you think about it, if you see all the singles going on in whatever label, whatever artist, whether that artist is huge, all of them have like a big boss couple or like a trending actor in it. I think it just helps, because what happens is it's bringing two audiences together, right? Like an audience which would like to listen to my song, and which would regardless be waiting that, oh, Akasa song is coming. And then another audience which is Rohit's audience, which would also come on board. So I think it's not like a hard and fast rule. It's not like important that you need to have a big feature, but I just feel like it really helps. And my mindset's been changed, to be very honest, because there was a time where I was like, I don't need someone from TikTok to come on board just to get like the masses involved. But like, and I still believe that. I believe that if there's a time where there is a conflict where my label is like, no, we need it because we need him for the face or someone for the face, and if he does not fit the song in any way, then I think I'm going to put up a fight, and I have in the past, I have said that no, we don't need this. But every time, like with Raftar, I was just honored that he would, and it was giving the song a completely different twist. With Rohit, it was like the video just made so much more sense instead of me just dancing alone. um and obviously, the I think, not only because Rohit is like, he's called the national crush and he's like the big thing, but also because if you see, it the character was so him. Because the moment I told Vijay sir has worked with Rohit, and I was like, you know what, I think we are considering Rohit, he actually based the story on that, and he was like, oh my god, Rohit, oh perfect, like, I have this idea and it goes well. So I don't think it's a hard and fast rule. I think if it helps your song, why not? But on the other hand, the whole practice of, oh my god, I'm just gonna wait for the next big boss couple and get them in the video. I don't know that. I don't think I will do that. Every collaboration I've collaborated with Astha, with Rohit now, with the Yellow Diary. But it's always sort of just come to with Love, with the American
Mm,
singer-songwriter Love. It's never been like a forced thing that, oh, we need the numbers, let's get him on board. The
mm.
numbers just help. Like with Rohit, we were lucky that a friend of mine who wants to do a video is also like this big star, and he's getting a lot of numbers, but never like forceful. I think that'll affect my baby, as you called it,
Yeah, absolutely no. It's true. I
which
think
is true.
collaborations have to be they have to make sense as well, right? Like you can't just like
Yep.
force it in, and it has to be organic. So I can completely see
And
where
you
you're
can
coming
see when they are forced. You will see in the video that, oh, this couple just looks off. Why?
from. Yeah.
So yeah.
There's been many times when I've had that, so trust me, I know exactly where you're coming from. But I think
Yeah.
especially right
Yep.
now, because obviously life is, very difficult because of obviously the COVID situation in India. I mean, how important again would you say music is? I mean, especially right now, because there's more onus on independent music, especially nowadays, because of the fact that
Hmm.
one has to be self-reliant and has to put their own content out. And you've always been that sort of a person who's always worked on yourself and always relied on yourself in terms of your career, whether it was you being the only female member of a male-dominated like band, in your initial stages to like now break
Right.
out into your own music.
Yeah.
So what importance is there now on independent music and self-creation and getting that out there?
Um, I think firstly, right now, in terms of the situation that India is going through, there are a lot of, I kid you not, like literally, maybe 20 minutes before this call, I happened to go. I don't know why I check I check my DMs very often nowadays because in case someone needs help. And there was this person, oh, you have not posted a single thing about COVID today. Unreal, unbelievable. And I was just like, because literally I will just block someone like that because I'm like, I never mind. But I today I reacted and I was like, you know what, like I feel bad. I immediately deleted my message, but I was like, you don't know nothing, so please do not comment on. Because on the one hand, like I a couple of weeks back I was so torn because I was like, and even though a couple of weeks back it was not this bad, it's just the past 2 weeks have been like, a week or two have been really bad. And there are times where I'm so torn and I'm like, I don't want to talk about Shola. And there are days I don't share things, and but then on the other hand, there are so many messages that come in daily, or so many reels I'm tagged in, and they're like, we needed this right now and thank you so much. And this is that mindless entertainment that sort of helped me distract myself today. And today I got dressed up and I went to my terrace and I shot this reel, and it was the best part of the day. So I think we'll always mentally be torn, but right now it's so like artists and their music and whatever they are creating is so important, whatever said and done, because we don't know, for a lot of people that's their off time. That's when they come off of all the bad news, all that helping around, and just sort of just maybe switch on the TV or go onto YouTube and watch our songs. So it is very important, and a lot of us I know are at the position where they're like, we, you know what, I don't want to shoot. I have friends who've literally been like, no, I'm not going to shoot right now, it's not right, or no, it's not right to release a song. So we'll always be torn. But also because of this lockdown situation, so much new music has come up because a lot of artists have been home and have done things. Like I have written songs I would never write if I was out and about in my busy life. And so many of my friends have like, I wrote a sad song and I always dance. Oh, this other artist was like, I've been working on my English music and maybe I would not have been able to do it if I didn't have so much time. So on the one hand, there's a lot of content coming out and we should be grateful for those artists, because it's the worst time to be creating something mentally and like situationally. Is that a word, situation
Yeah,
wise?
yeah, yeah.
And is it important? Yes, I think I am always like, maybe tomorrow you ask me this, I'll say no, we should concentrate on, no, it's very important. Art is what is getting so many people by, and right now music especially is like, literally it's that one hand that you hold and you're like, okay, I'm escaping for a while. And it's very important. And I'm glad so many artists have lockdown was the worst thing to happen to humanity, but at least a lot of art came out of it. And if you think of it that way, it's like, that's great.
Absolutely, no, very well said. And I think yes, we definitely need an escapism, and I think music is definitely a form of that as well.
Yeah.
I think since you began your career, I think with I think what it was Mika Singh's band, right? You kind of began with him. Then you obviously went on to do Raw Star, which was such a big show at the time. Um,
Right.
did you ever expect your career to shape the way it has and at that sort of cost that you are at right now? Because here you are creating your own content, collaborating with so many great names, and you yourself have become a very well-known, uh, prominent figure in the music industry as well. So, what were your expectations like when you began, and have they changed at all since?
I think they change every single day. You know, when even, especially, I'm gonna sound ancient and say when you're younger, because I have been, it's been a while. I started when I was 15, and it's been a long time. So I think there's always a lot of expect, especially artists. They, you can say dreams or you can say expectations, because somewhere or the other, your dreams are your expectations. Like, oh, this is what I dream to be. But in the back of your mind, you're also like, oh, I'm going to be this. Um, they change every day. They change till date. They change like every second, I think, hour. I did not in the beginning, maybe I expected or dreamt of doing something else. I've had a very slow journey. I think I mentioned this everywhere possible because I'm like so grateful for it. Contrary to popular belief, like you know the research, you know that I began at some point with
Mm,
singing with someone, touring with someone, and I then went on to a reality show. A lot of people are like, they think Nagin was like my debut, and oh my god, look at you, like overnight, you have such a big song. It's been so slow, and expectations changed every second day, because every second day I went to a studio, I dubbed a song for a film. Either I was replaced or like I heard it on the radio and I was like, that's not my voice. So, it kept changing.
mm,
I expected every time you get into a studio, you do a song, you think that, oh, this is going to be, there is a really good, big movie coming out. And it was the final stage. I'd even like signed NOCs until I got a call and they were like, oh, so and so wants someone else to sing it. We are so sorry. Expectations change every day because nothing you expect comes true. Nothing is certain in this industry, pandemic aside. Um, on the other hand, because it's been so slow and there are so many rejections I have faced, I am like, even the littlest of things I get so excited and thankful about. Like, I think if I got this easily, maybe I would have been like, yeah, okay, so what's next? Okay, not a big deal. But because it's taken so much time, today when someone makes a reel on my song, I'm just like, oh my God, like it's still a big deal. Or when someone like Raftar is like, I love what you've written, I would like to collaborate with you. I'm just like, yo, like this is so huge. So even though in the beginning, maybe I expected to be here, but then along the way, I was just like, you know what, let's take it as it comes, because there were so many rejections you don't like. There was a point where I was like, I'm not going to do music. Mujhse nahi hoga. Like it's too
mm,
much.
mm.
Until that one song comes and you're like, oh no, this is what I love. So it's like this is the journey and you can't expect anything. But what you can do is like be grateful for the little things, because that helps me a lot. Like today, even like I told Rohit, I was like, dude, like your fan following is so huge that they've been giving me love as well, because you're a part of my song. So that's overwhelming for me as well. And in fact, I remember once I was like, well, how do you deal with this? And obviously he didn't like have an answer, but for me it was so huge. I was like, dude, there's like fans and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's how I've just taken it. I'm so grateful, which is why every little thing, every time someone's like, hey, we love your song, I'm like, I think that's
Another
that's
one.
the only way to be.
No, and do you know what? The way you spoke about, about getting replaced and stuff, I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but I must say I'm shocked, but I'm not surprised. I think because of the nature of this
Yeah.
industry is as such as well. But how does one, as an artist, prepare themselves mentally and emotionally, whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly, to prepare for all of these things? I mean, having gone through that yourself, I mean, what advice would you give to others out there?
I feel like over time I just developed, like, obviously there were the it till date, it's not like I don't, I may put up a front of like it's fine, it's okay, because but sometimes when let's say there's a song that I really know that I dubbed well, and it was because it's not always fair. Like sometimes, you're like, no, she sang better than me. But sometimes it's a very silly reason of like, oh no, she knows someone, or oh no, they wanted her for her followers or whatever. It's very, very difficult, but over time you develop this thick skin. And a lot of artists, I know I'm speaking, like I speak to my fellow female artists every day. Very recently I was having a conversation with a dear friend of mine who, the moment he said something, I was like, exactly. So you realize, oh, all of us are going through the same thing. Like there will be one lucky person who will be getting all the songs, and the rest of us are just like, okay, then it's fine. I think now, and everyone should do this. When I go in for a dub, when a film music director or someone, they call me, um, even after my dub, even after, like, let's say they're all clapping at the end of the dub, I go home and I forget about it. I will not be like, oh my god, I'm waiting for that song to come. No, I forget about it and I move on to the next project, and I limit my expectations to my singles, to my independent songs, because I have a lot more say in that, and it's something I've created. It's in my hands. I think this is the best way to go. This advice, because you can't take it too seriously, because what will happen is, if every time I keep taking that, oh no, maybe I was not good enough, because I did think so at one point, and I was like,
Mm.
I'm every time I give, this is my 5,000%, and if they don't like that, maybe I'm not good enough. It's going to do nothing but harm.
Mm.
Instead, if you, every single big film song I've had, because I've forgotten about it and not expected, I've just, even in general, never texted and asked, hey, what's happening? Because I've forgotten about it. So, which is why when the song actually happens, whether it's Dil Na Jane, Ethia, it's so much more sweeter, that like that sort of success of, oh my God, my song is in the film. I think this is going to help everyone. I know it's easier said than done. A lot of people don't know how to be, like, they do hold grudges and like, oh no, I got replaced. But it's not going to do any, it's not going to help anybody in that situation. Because you tend to hold a grudge against that music director who's called you like 20 times and has still not given you a song. It's sometimes not in his hand. And, that's just going to affect your next dubbing, which is why all you can do is just be like, yeah, okay, I went and I dubbed, and I don't even discuss. My parents know not to ask me, because we're all in the same industry. They're like, oh, what happened about that dub? I'm like, I don't know. If it'll happen, I'll come to know. And that's exactly how everyone should be. You'll just be so much like at peace.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good advice. It's such negative
No,
advice,
no, but I think it's
but
it's real advice. It's real advice. It's not positive nor negative. It's what it is,
yeah,
And I think that's what a lot of us need to realize, that
yeah,
it's not the good and the bad, it's the real that we have to accept and become as a
yep.
society and as people. So I think that's something really great. But I think, following Shola, what else is in the pipeline for you as an artist? I mean, are you working on any other projects, or do you have any other songs that we could look forward to maybe?
We actually were supposed to shoot the next one like 2 days before they announced the second lockdown. So I guess just the audio of that or something's releasing. I've collaborated with someone. I'm so excited about that song because it's such a beautiful song. It's also a sad type of a song, which I haven't gotten to do. And
Oh,
like my
wow,
softer
different.
voice is not out. Yeah, it's not out much. So I'm excited about that. There's obviously a lot in the pipeline. I've written a couple of songs that I'm very, very nervous about, because I think two of them are literally just like Nayo was nothing compared to like just my feelings on paper, and like I'm gonna share it with the world. I'm excited about those. We don't know as in like when exactly things are gonna come out, because right now everyone's focus is on, unfortunately, on like, let's get this person an oxygen bed and let's get this person that. But there's a lot of stuff that's created, and when the time is right, I guess it's all going to be out. And film songs I don't talk about, because
Yeah,
we
like
don't
we've
know.
talked. Yeah, no, no, no. I mean, well, to be fair,
Yeah.
I mean, literally, the future of the films right now is a big question mark too. I mean, let alone songs. So, it's very
Hmm.
difficult to even make a comment on that. So I can completely
Yeah.
understand. But I think before you go, Akasa, it would be wonderful if you could
Mhm.
sing a few lines for us, from Shola, and I think for the viewers of Filme Shilmy as well. So please, if you could.
Yes, of course. I think my favorite part, and it's not my favorite part because I wrote it, but I just really like it. So I'm sorry, Charan. Hmm. कुड़ी तू काला जोड़ा पाके सज तज के चली तू बुलट जरा लहरा के सज तज के सुरमा जो निशाना दागे फुल पावर बजे पटाके किन्नी बॉस कुड़ी लगे जुए वे सज तज के हाँ ओ मैं ता ओ मैं ता मैं नच्चा 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 रज रज के कुड़ी तू शोला 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 लागे बड़ ठड़ के शोला 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 लागे बड़ ठड़ के.
Yay, that was awesome. Truly a
Thank you so much.
Song. Literally, I think it's quite aptly put Shola, to be fair, because it really was explosive. So I think it was wonderful. But Akasa, it's always so wonderful to catch up with you. Even that chat that we had with Raftar as well during Nayo, it was
Yes.
amazing. And to always like catch up with you, it's always fantastic. So wishing you all the very best for your future projects, and of course, a huge congratulations once again on Shola.
Thank you so much. It's always really nice speaking with you as well. Next song, we will maybe talk about like
Yes,
sad people.
absolutely.
Sad
I'm
songs.
looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.